Board of County Commissioners, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our veterans, their family and friends, and everyone joining us for our annual Veterans Day ceremony. Tonight, we will honor 11 veterans from Morris County who served our country. At this time, I want to acknowledge and thank some very special guests for joining us today. Congressman Tom Kean, Senator Anthony Bucco, Assemblywoman Ora Dunn, and Willie Tolba, representing Congresswoman Cheryl's office, who is also a U.S. Navy veteran and a member of the Navy Reserve. We also have with us Morris County Prosecutor Robert Carroll, Chief of Detectives Robert McNally, Deputy Clerk Anna McMahon, and County College of Morris President Tony Iacono, and Chief of the Patrol Division Jack Ambrose. Sheriff Gannon, who regularly attends these ceremonies, sends his regrets that he could not join us this evening. We thank him for his leadership, his staff for their support coordinating this annual ceremony. We also have local mayors and council members in attendance, and thank all of you for joining us. Of course, we have our county commissioners here today, Deputy Director Stephen Shaw, Doug Cabana, who could not join us this evening, Thomas Strangelo, Typhoon Selen, Deborah Smith, and John Crickus, who is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. Before we begin our formal honors, I would like to invite Congressman Kean to say a few words.
Good evening. It is great to be with you in Morris County. On this Veterans Day, we pause to honor the men and the women who have served in our armed forces. I want to express my continued gratitude to all veterans with us today for their valiant service to our country. We are all indebted to you for your sacrifices, for your strength, as well as for your bravery. I also want to take a moment to recognize and appreciate not only our veterans, but also their families who have stood by them every step of the way. We know that you too have served in ways that many will never truly understand. Our nation's veterans are our heroes, and they have been and will always be a top legislative priority for me as your representative in Washington, D.C. Our nation's veterans are heroes, and they have been and will always be our top focus on a bipartisan basis. And I'm proud to have worked with Mikey Sherrill to bring a Veterans VA Vet Center community access point right here in Morris County. Vet centers provide a range of life-saving services to veterans and to their families and have proven their effectiveness. Our Morris County veterans need to know that when they come home, quality care is close to home. This CAP Center eliminates long, sometimes impossible travel to professional facilities and allow for more of our veterans to access the benefits that they have earned and that they deserve. Additionally, my district office staff is always available for any veteran who needs assistance in dealing with the Veterans Administration or with any other federal agency. We can assist with securing VA benefits, advocating for a fair disability rating, obtaining military service records, replacing lost military medals, and accessing GI Bill benefits, as well as assisting with surviving spousal benefits. In closing, to all of our veterans here, as well as across our great nation, thank you for your dedication, for your courage, and for your unwavering dedication to someone greater and to something greater than yourselves. Thank you. May God bless. May God bless.
Hey. Thank you, Congressman Kean, for your remarks and all that you do for veterans in Morris County and beyond. Okay, we're going to move on to the presentation of the medals. The county commissioners have traditionally used this occasion of our Veterans Day observance to recognize resident veterans by presenting them with the Morris County Distinguished Military Service Medal. These medals are unique to Morris County, although copied in many ways, and we began issuing them in 1999 to honor World War II veterans on the 55th anniversary of the 1944 D-Day invasion and the liberation of France from Nazi occupation. We expanded the medals to include Vietnam and Korea, as well as general service in our military during other conflicts, and in 2022 marked the unveiling of new medals for Iraq and Afghanistan. These honors are presented to veterans who served honorably and who have helped to make our nation and Morris County a better place to live. As the commissioners individually present the Distinguished Military Service Medals, State Senator Anthony Bucco and Assemblywoman Ora Dunn will simultaneously present joint Senate and Assembly resolutions to each veteran, and Congressman Tom Kane will present certificates of honors from his office. Additionally, certificates of honors will be presented by Willie Toba of Congresswoman Cheryl's office. Okay. We have 11 honorees tonight, and in the interest of recognizing each veteran, their biographies will not be fully covered. To learn more about each veteran and their service, please visit the county website. With that, I'd like to invite my colleagues down to the front. Congressman Kane, Senator Bucco, Assemblywoman Dunn, and Willie Toba also to the front. You first. Okay. Getting organized. Get organized. We do not. We definitely need boot camp. Commissioner, boot camp. Yeah. Little comic relief. Just Vince, let me know when y'all are ready. You good? Great spacing and everything? Okay. Commissioner Deputy Director Stephen Shaw will present the first two Distinguished Military Service Medals this evening. Okay. Our first honoree is Charles F. Fegley of Randolph Township. Where is he? Yeah. Retired U.S. Navy Captain Charles E. Fegley served from 1957 to 1981, including a tour in Vietnam. He earned the Bronze Star Medal with a Combat V device, Meritorious Service Medal, Legion of Merit Medal, and 6 campaign stars on the Vietnam Service Medal, among many other commendations. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Penn State, attended Advanced Nuclear Power School in New London, Connecticut, and later obtained a Master's of Science in Civil Engineering and Construction Management from Stanford. Throughout his career, Mr. Fegley was responsible for overseeing nuclear power plants in various assignments, notably at McMurdo Station, Antarctica, where he led the PM-3A nuclear power plant, receiving a Navy Commendation Medal. He also spearheaded a 5-year effort to erect a historical monument at the site's Antarctica's first and only nuclear power plant, and has traveled back to Antarctica 6 times to support the nuclear power plant. A bronze plaque now commemorates the plant on Observation Hill, and Fegley Glacier is named in his honor. Charles and Ruth, his loving wife of nearly 70 years, are the proud parents of several adult children and grandchildren. Congratulations, Charles, on this well-deserved honor. Okay. Commissioner Deputy Director Shaw will remain to make the presentation to our next honoree, Stephen DeLuvio of Morris Plains. Stephen DeLuvio served honorably in the U.S. Navy from January 1953 to 1961, earning both the National Defense Service Medal and the Good Conduct Medal for his service during the Korean War. Following his military career, Mr. DeLuvio contributed his expertise to the U.S. Department of Treasury's Bureau of Customs and went to work as a systems analyst for IBM. He earned a Master's of Business from Fairleigh Dickinson University, holds a license in Community Association Management, and currently works in property management. Beyond his professional achievements, Stephen is an active member of American Legion Post 59, where he continues to support the veteran community. He is a devoted father of 2 children and enjoys scuba diving. We thank you, Mr. DeLuvio, for your service. Our next honoree is Robert M. Walton of Rockaway Township. Presenting his honors is Commissioner John Krikis. Robert M. Walton is a Vietnam War veteran who served in the U.S. Navy from September 1965 to September 1971. He received the National Defense Medal and the Good Conduct Medal for his service. After completing his military duty, Mr. Walton attended Seton Hall Law School, where he earned his Juris Doctor degree and went to work as both an accountant and as an attorney. A devoted family man, he enjoys reading and playing poker in his retirement. Thank you, Mr. Walton, for your service and your dedication. Okay.
It'd be possible for me to say something brief.
Sure.
I just wanted to say is upset. Then very, very different.
Thank you. Our next honoree is Ricardo J. Perez of Morris Plains. Commissioner Krikis will remain to present his honors. Ricardo J. Perez served in the U.S. Army from June 1971 to February 1977 during the Vietnam War. He was awarded the National Defense Service Medal and Parachute Badge and served 2 assignments in Germany as an electronic engineer assistant. After his military service, Mr. Perez earned a bachelor's degree in electronic engineering and an MBA. His professional career included work with the Pacific Telephone Company, as well as teaching positions at Bailey Ellard High School in Madison and Morris Catholic High School in Denville. Mr. Perez gives back to his community as a member of the Knights of Columbus, American Legion Post 59, and the choir at St. Virgil Church. He has been happily married for 50 years and is a proud father of 3 children who have blessed him with 5 grandchildren. In his spare time, he enjoys playing the guitar. Thank you for your service, Mr. Perez. Our next veteran is Gordon Lee Snyder of Denville. Commissioner Deborah Smith will present the honors. Gordon Snyder served in the U.S. Army from July 1966 to June 1972 during the Vietnam War, achieving the rank of captain. His commendations include the National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, and 2 overseas service bars. He graduated from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute with a bachelor's in chemistry, a master's in management, and is also a member of the Reserve Officers Training Corps. After his military service, Mr. Snyder worked as a sales representative for 31 years, with the BAS Corporation. Following retirement, he tutored English as a second language for literacy volunteers of Morris County. An avid musician, Mr. Snyder also volunteers his time providing music programs for churches and senior living facilities. Gordon was a loving husband to his wife of 28 years, who he lost to cancer in 2002. He remains actively involved with his local church, enjoys gardening, and spending time with his partner traveling. Among his trips, he has been to Vietnam and Antarctica twice. Who knew it was like such a vacation spot? Thank you, Mr. Snyder, for your service. Yeah, group travel. Okay. Our next honoree is Rhonda L. Washer of Morristown. Commissioner Deborah Smith will also present her Distinguished Military Service Medal and a certificate of authentication. Rhonda L. Washer served in the U.S. Army from June 1999 to November 2000 as a bridge crew member at Fort Riley, Kansas. She received several honors, including the Army lapel button, Army service ribbon, and marksmanship qualification badges for rifle and grenade. After her military service, Ms. Washer transitioned to a career in social services and the healthcare field, where she continues to make a positive impact in her community. She is actively involved with the fire team and serves on the executive committee for the Welcome Home Veterans New Jersey. A proud mother to her 20-year-old son, Parker, Ms. Washer enjoys gardening, walking, giving back to her community. Thank you for your service and dedication to helping others, Rhonda. Our next honoree is Alan J. Sally of Madison Borough. Presenting is Commissioner Typhoon Selen. Alan J. Sally served in the U.S. Navy from October 1980 to November 1983 as an aviation electrician's mate and systems organizational maintenance technician for Air Anti-Submarine Squadron 24. For his service, he earned several commendations, including the Sea Service Ribbon and Navy Expeditionary Medal. A graduate of the Madison school system, Mr. Sally enjoyed a 22-year career as a union carpenter and decorated journeyman. Following retirement, he continues to work per diem as a Black Seal certified boiler operator and Blue Seal refrigeration operator, and completed a 5-year apprenticeship program with Local 68, earning his license as a station engineer. Mr. Sally has been happily married for 28 years. As one of 12 siblings, he enjoys hosting family gatherings with his wife. He enjoys fishing, clamming, and crabbing. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. Our next honoree is Carmen Teresi of East Hanover. Presenting her medal and a certificate of authentication is Commissioner Typhoon Selen. We're very sorry to say that Mr. Teresi was not able to join us today because his wife passed away last evening. Accepting his honors will be Morris County Veteran Services Officer Jason Leffler. Thank you, Jason. Carmen Teresi is a Vietnam War veteran who served in the U.S. Army from May 1966 to May 1972. For his service, he was awarded the Purple Heart Combat Infantry Badge, National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal, and both the Sharpshooter and Marksman badges. Following his military service, Mr. Teresi worked for the United States Postal Service for more than 3 decades and earned a Circle of Honor driver status for maintaining an accident-free record for 25 years. He also served as a funeral assistant at Leonardus Memorial Home in Florham Park for 2 decades. In his free time, he enjoys gardening, collecting Lionel trains, and creating displays with ceramic Christmas villages. He was married for more than 50 years and is a proud father of 3 and a grandfather of 3. We send our deepest condolences to him and his family during this difficult time, and we thank him for his service. Our next veteran is Luke K. Lyons of Randolph Township. Sadly, Luke passed away earlier this year, and his wife, Sylvette, is here to accept his honors. Commissioner Thomas Drangelo will present the recognition. Luke K. Lyons was a veteran of the War on Terrorism who served in the U.S. Marines from October 2010 to January 2016. He received several commendations, including the Good Conduct Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Sea Service Deployment Ribbon, Sharpshooter Rifle Qualification Badge, and a letter of appreciation. His service took him to many locations, including San Diego, Japan, Chile, Guam, the Philippines, and Hong Kong. Mr. Lyons graduated from the County College of Morris and served as a federal police officer at Picatinny Arsenal before becoming a police officer in Millburn, where he was the lead instructor of the drone unit. He assisted various police departments in establishing drone units for search and rescue operations. Known for being a dedicated officer and a great friend, Mr. Lyons was also a loving husband and father who enjoyed riding his motorcycle and flying drones. His passing leaves a void that will never be fully healed, and we thank Sylvette and Luke's family for his service. Derek Oates of Florham Park is our next honoree. Presenting his medal is Thomas Drangelo. Derek Oates served in the U.S. 2004 to April 2006 as a veteran of our Operation Iraqi Freedom. Received multiple commendations, including the National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Army Service Ribbon, and Iraq Campaign Medal. A graduate of Seton Hall Preparatory School in 2002, Mr. Oates was inspired to enlist after 9/11. In deploying to Baghdad in 2004, he joined the 82nd Airborne, an airborne infantry division that specializes in parachute assault operations, serving as an infantryman and gunner during convoys and sustaining injuries in combat. After returning from active duty, Mr. Oates trained cadets in hand-to-hand combat at West Point and became a union carpenter and a dock builder through the Helmets to Hard Hats program. He now owns Roofing Innovations in East Hanover, employing fellow veterans. He also became the first ever Veterans Build Ambassador for Morris Habitat for Humanity, which has their Veterans Build Week coming up this Veterans Day. Derek is the son of Bart Oates, a 5-time Pro Bowl center for the New York Giants, and Derek is a proud father to daughter Olivia. Thank you for your military service and post-military service, Derek. Congratulations. Our last veteran to be honored this evening is General Sean Patrick Mulholland of Montville. Unfortunately, General Mulholland passed away in 2018. Accepting his honors is his sister, Sheila Mulholland, who is joined by family and friends. Sean was one of 6 siblings and a beloved son to the late Dr. Robert and Mary Mulholland. He graduated Morris Catholic High School, where he excelled in an all-state wrestler and football captain, and went on to earn a degree in biology from the Catholic University of America. Initially planning a career in medicine, he joined the U.S. Army and found his true calling in special operations. Throughout his 30-year military career, he held over 20 assignments, including commanding roles in the 10th Mountain Division, the 3rd Ranger Battalion, and the 7th Special Forces Group. His leadership in counterterrorism operations earned him the Lancero Tab from Colombian Special Forces, the Defense Superior Service Medal, and the Bronze Star Medal. Promoted to Brigadier General, he concluded his career overseeing special operations in Latin America and the Caribbean. In retirement, he continued serving through strategic advisory roles and his nonprofit work. We have 2 letters to share from individuals who were impacted by Sean. I will now ask Deputy Director Stephen Shaw to please step up to the podium and read the first letter.
Thank you, Director Myers. I will now read a letter that was sent to the county from retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Glenn G. Rochose. And I'm going to be quoting now. Sean and I met and served together as detachment commanders and staff officers in 7th Special Forces Group. We worked together in Panama and Fort Bragg. Later, we both did tours in Bosnia. Sean was an insightful and tough warrior. He could be very intense while singularly focused on a mission, and then later he would be relaxed and joking around. He had a quick wit about him, and it showed in all situations, from crisis action management to playing a round of golf. Sean and I bonded relatively quickly because we both loved physical fitness, great deployments, and cared about the soldiers we led. I was about 2 years ahead of Sean in rank and jobs, so I would always give him a lot of crap, especially with respect to Special Forces and what he should do next. I was already combat diver qualified, so when he said he wanted to go to scuba school, I told him that he would not be able to make it through the course. He just didn't have it in him. Of course, Sean shot back at me saying, "If you made it through, there's no doubt I'll make it through." And of course, he made it through scuba school. I was also Lancero qualified Colombian Ranger, so when he said he wanted to complete the Lancero course, I said the same thing, and he replied with the same response. We always had varying levels of bantering going back and forth. We even played a round of golf when we were doing a site survey for an exercise. He was much better than me, and of course, he rubbed that in. Sean was a warrior that made a difference wherever he went. He always sought out the hard jobs, always accepted any challenge, and always delivered. It was an honor to serve with him, and we stayed in touch with each other over the years. I last saw him at Tampa at a SATCOM convention about 2 months before he passed. We spent about 2 hours together over lunch catching up. That is a great memory, as we both shared a lot of personal reflections and our plans for the future. And that is how I remember him. Great warrior, great leader, selfless, and very personable. As the Lancero motto reads, Lealtad, valor y sacrificio, loyalty, courage, and sacrifice. Sean embodied all of these, end quote. In a moment, Senator Anthony Bucco will read the second letter, but first I'll ask Commissioner Director Christine Myers to present the Morris County Distinguished Service Medal to Sean's sister, Sheila. We thank you, Sheila, and all the Mulholland siblings and the extended family and friends for your brother's service. And now I invite Senator Bucco to the podium to read the letter and pay his respects to General Mulholland.
Thank you, Commissioner. Hello, I'm Senator Anthony Bucco, and I want to thank all of you for joining us this evening to celebrate the service and sacrifice of these American heroes. We're here to recognize their immense dedication to our country and their ongoing contributions to our communities. Unfortunately, not all of them, as you've seen, have been able to be here with us tonight. Particularly U.S. Army retired Brigadier General Sean Patrick Mulholland, who I knew and I am proud to honor with a letter from General Brian P. Fenton. And I'll read the letter. The letter states as follows. Thank you for honoring the life and service of Brigadier General Sean Mulholland, a man who exemplified excellence, resilience, and dedication at every stage of his life. I also want to offer a special thanks to Morris County and the state of New Jersey for recognizing Sean. Sean was truly extraordinary, a man of grit and unwavering dedication. From his early years, he showed us what it meant to lead, not only through words, but through action. As an all-state wrestler and captain of both his high school wrestling and football teams, Sean inspired. He continued to inspire off the field and into the Army in Special Forces. His special operations teammates drew inspiration from his relentless spirit and uncompromising work ethic. One of Sean's proudest moments was earning his Lancero badge at the Colombian Army's equivalent to Ranger School. Lancero School is an extraordinarily difficult and a symbol of courage, leadership, and endurance across Latin America. But that wasn't enough for Sean. He returned as an instructor, which revealed a deeper aspect of his character. Sean wasn't content to simply achieve. He was driven to uplift, share, and ensure others benefited from his experiences. To Sean, service was never just a job. It was his calling, a purpose he fulfilled with a sense of duty that inspired everyone who knew him. Even after his active duty career ended, Sean's dedication never wavered. He continued to mentor, to support, and to be there for his soldiers, his friends, and most importantly, his family. Today, as we remember Sean, we honor not only a leader and a warrior, but also a friend who embodied the highest ideals of service and sacrifice. He has left an incredible mark on the special operations community, and his legacy lives on in all he inspired and loved. Those were some amazing words by General Fenton, and I want to thank him for sharing that with us. And I want to thank Sheila and the rest of Sean's family for being here tonight. I knew Sean, I know the Mulholland family for many years, and I can tell you that it's a family of service. Sean's mom, Mary, who anybody that's been anybody in politics in Morris County, if you didn't know Mary, you didn't know anybody. And she was so proud of her children. Whenever I was with her, she would say to me, I can't tell you where my son is, but he's on an operation. And she'd have a big smile on her face. So it was an honor for me tonight to be here tonight. I apologize for my voice. Not only was it election night last night, but I'm just getting over a bout of a cold. So, but I also want to thank all of the other veterans for their service and sacrifices to our country and the ongoing contributions to our communities and to our friends, neighbors, and fellow New Jerseyans. Thank you again to all of our veterans and everyone else here tonight. This is a special occasion. I had an opportunity to travel to Normandy just 2 months ago. And I visited the beaches of Omaha and Utah and the cliffs. And I can tell you that no one can walk on those hallowed grounds without feeling it in your heart. And the people that live there to this day fly the American flag with pride. So thank you for your service, each of you, and God bless you.
I would also like to thank all 11 of our veterans for their service and their sacrifice to our country and their ongoing contributions to our communities, friends, neighbors, and fellow New Jerseyans. Regardless of your rank, regardless of where you served, you are, in fact, the models for our men and women and children today. It is your patriotism, the virtue of patriotism, your endurance, your humility, your ability to put others before you. That is what we need today in these times. And thank you for sharing it with us today, this evening. Thank you for making our country what it is and what it could be. Your service is not forgotten, and we cannot thank you enough. So thank you again for everyone. God bless the United States. And if we could ask everyone to rise and join me in applauding all of our veterans today. Okay. I'd also like to thank everyone who helped put this ceremony together, including the Morris County Sheriff's Office for supporting veterans, for arranging special parking tonight for our honor guard, and a very special thank you to everyone in our Veteran Services Office for helping us to bring our veterans here today. Aging, Disabilities, and Community Program Director Christine Hellier and Assistant Director Shauna Bailey, Jessica Tamalo, Andrew Cornwallis, Donald Gallant, and Jason Leffler, Juan Lopez, and Lisa Estella, and to the County Administration and Director of Communications, Vince Vitale, who coordinated this ceremony. And lastly, to our buildings and grounds, which we couldn't do anything without them anyway, and their efforts to keep us cool. We have cake and coffee available for everyone attending today, and it is available down the hall outside this meeting room. And this closes our official ceremony. Thank you all. God bless America. God bless you.